Jonah, just take us through spring practice. How's it been for you so far?
It's been a good transition. I mean, as you guys probably heard, I'm now interior with Coach Bates, and it's been a good transition. When we came back from winter break, Christmas break in January, I came in at like 262, 263, and so ever since then I've been put on a weight gain plan with Schmitty, and I mean he's been a great help with me gaining weight and making sure it's the right weight, because it's one thing to gain a lot of weight, but it's got to be good weight, not just straight eating whatever and getting too top heavy to where I can't move as much as I should be able to. And so since January, thanks to like Schmitty and the nutrition staff, I've been able to gain like 15, 16 pounds. So hopefully trying to keep gaining this off season, and by the season time, hopefully being 290 plus.
You mentioned January. I assume that means that was part of your decision to come back. Was that something that was discussed?
I always decided. I knew I was going to come back. I wanted to have a really good season, and I just didn't feel as if last season was the best I could have been. So and then I mean we kind of talked about it actually last season going into when we were in fall camp. Coach Chave and Coach Bates kind of talked to me up and said, when I'm kind of inside or doing inside movements, they said I look a little bit more comfortable than on the edge. So like they said, next year maybe, we'll try putting you inside. I agreed with them. I could see what they're talking about, and so I'm just trying to do whatever I can, to help better this team. So if I have to move inside, that's no problem.
When did that final decision come that you were going to move inside? What was that process like?
The first day we had came back from Christmas break, and then they were like, "All right, Jonah, we making the move." I was like, "All right, coach." And I was already ready for it. Me and Coach Bates would always joke around every time he'd see me go in like the defensive ends room or anything. He would joke around and say, he'd like, he's like, "You looking good inside," So it wasn't a big deal to me. I mean, whatever I got to do to help make our defense better, I'll do it.
I gotta think I don't know, you tell me if I'm wrong, is it much of a transition between Coach Davis to Coach Bates?
It's not that different. I mean, they're both really similar, and I mean, it's super fun when we do joint meetings with the ends, like the whole D-line. It's super fun having them together, like, going off of each other, because, they be finishing each other's sentences sometimes. So it's really funny, and the energy is really great. And, with Coach Bates, I've never, ever felt like it was a mistake for me to go inside. I mean, he's welcomed me with open arms. He's coached me up, which I've been trying my best to, take into coaching, because I really need it. I need to really work on, my technique inside, and, my steps and everything. Pad level is really big deal inside. I've been just, taking in all the coaching, trying to be the best version of myself.
What's it like working with a room of so many newcomers, whether transfers or freshmen?
It's pretty fun. I mean, just the type of person I am, I kind of get along with everybody. So, with the new guys, I wouldn't say annoy, but I annoy them. I try to talk to them as much as I can, because, I know what it's like being new, coming into a program and not knowing anybody, because that was literally me last year. So I try to reach out to those guys, and, I try to invite them to come eat, even though they might not come sometimes. Jacob Lacey. And, but it's whatever. I just try to be, a good teammate to them, a friend to them.
What is it about Venables? Everybody seems all in on Brent Venables' culture, Brent Venables' program. What is it that gives you guys such confidence and faith in Brent?
You just got to check his resume, and I mean, he backs everything he says with his intent and his leadership and how he coaches us every day. He's consistent every day. There's never a day where he's out of it. You've never ever seen him come to practice or come to meetings a day, like Coach V seems weird. It's never been like that. He's the same person every day, expecting the same thing every day out of you, which is your best. So I think that's what draws people into him, and to trust into him, because that's the type of person he is. He's a crazy, hardworking person, coach, and I look up to him, and I'll do whatever he told me to do.
You mentioned feeling comfortable on the inside. What about playing on the interior makes you feel more comfortable when you go through that stuff?
I guess, I don't know, back in Hawaii, back in Hawaii, I would play interior on pass downs, pass packages. I'd play interior, so I'd rush from like a 3 or a 0, and I guess I had a natural like knack for it, and so being inside, I guess, I've been doing pretty well. I guess I'm naturally pretty fit for it, and I just need to work on the little things and my technique and everything.
Even with the move, though, it's still second year. I mean, kind of speak to the comfort that you have this time around.
Yes, I mean, I think I have quite the advantage being an older guy, so I played a lot of football. So I just really need to get down to the little details. Need to get better, run, stopping, taking on double teams. That's a new thing for me because defensive end, you're taking on double teams, but it's usually with like a tight end or something, so it's not as hard. But when you're inside, you're taking on from true linemen, guard, center, guard and tackle. So that's a big thing I need to work on is my technique with that, my keeping hands and feet and everything, all of that.